The three laws of silent power and hidden psychology. You learned early how to disappear, not physically, emotionally. You learned that being quiet kept you safe, that observing was safer than participating, that knowing everything and revealing nothing gave you control. You became the one who noticed everything, the shift in tone, the micro-expression. The exact moment a room changed, and people mistook that silence for strength. But here's the paradox no one talks about. What once protected you is now isolating you. Silent power feels like mastery, but most of the time it comes from fear, not freedom. Because silence wasn't chosen. It was conditioned. You weren't born mysterious. You became careful. Somewhere along the way, you confused emotional restraint with emotional intelligence. You confused detachment with depth. You confused invisibility with safety. This is not about manipulation. This is not about dominance. This is about the hidden psychology of people who never speak first, never reveal too much, never need anyone, and quietly carry everything. If you have ever felt powerful but lonely, controlled but disconnected, seen as strong but felt unseen, stay with me. Because the laws of silent power were written in childhood, and they can be rewritten. Silent power is born in environments where expression feels dangerous. Not always violent. Not always loud. Sometimes the danger was subtle. A parent who was emotionally unavailable. A home where feelings were ignored, minimized, or rushed. Where being low maintenance was praised and being emotional was inconvenient. This is called emotional neglect, not abuse, absence. And the child learns one rule. The less I show, the safer I am. So the nervous system adapts. You go inward. You become observant, careful, strategic. Psychology calls this hyper-vigilance. Your brain stays alert, constantly scanning for threat, reading people, predicting outcomes. The default mode network never truly shuts off. Silence becomes regulation. Stillness becomes control. Over time, this turns into avoidant attachment. You don't stop wanting connection, you stop trusting it. You rely on yourself. You minimize your needs. You intellectualize your emotions. Silent power becomes the compromise. Connection without vulnerability. Presence without exposure. But here's the truth. Most people never realize. What feels like emotional control is often emotional inhibition. And inhibition does not create peace. It creates distance. There is a grief that has no name. A grief for the version of you that never got to be loud, messy, expressive, fully alive. Carl Jung said, "What we do not make conscious appears in our lives as fate. Silence has a cost. You trade authenticity for safety, spontaneity for approval, expression for control. You are always holding something back, always managing yourself. Life becomes something you survive, not something you inhabit. Seneca once wrote that the greatest obstacle to living is expectation. But for you, the obstacle is anticipation. You anticipate judgment, misunderstanding, rejection. So you retreat before it happens. Rilke described this as living life at arm's length. You feel deeply, but privately. You love intensely, but invisibly. And the tragedy is this: people don't reject the real you. They never meet them. They see composure, calm, mystery. But inside is a child who learned that silence was the price of belonging. This is the invisible grief of silent power. You survive, but you don't arrive. And this pattern does not disappear in adulthood. It evolves. In relationships, you become the listener, the stabilizer, the emotionally intelligent one. You hold space for everyone else, but your needs remain unspoken. Resentment builds quietly. In your career, you are capable, often exceptional, but you hesitate to self-advocate, to claim space, to be visible. You wait to be recognized instead of risking exposure. With boundaries, you don't say no. You withdraw. You disappear instead of confront. You detach instead of express. Emotionally, you analyze feelings instead of feeling them. You explain pain instead of allowing it. With identity, you struggle to answer one simple question: what do I want? Because survival required adaptation, not desire. And with self-worth, you feel valuable when needed, not when known. These are not flaws. They are coping mechanisms. But coping mechanisms built for survival cannot create fulfillment. Silence is not strength when it erases you. Control is not power when it costs connection. Healing does not mean becoming loud. It means becoming honest. It begins with inner child work, acknowledging the part of you that learned to disappear. Asking gently, what did you need that you never received? It continues with shadow work, meeting the parts you hid to survive. Anger, desire, need. Power returns when these parts are integrated, not suppressed. And it requires nervous system regulation, teaching your body that expression is not danger, that visibility does not equal punishment. Through breath, through slowing down, through allowing yourself to be seen, gradually and safely. Finally, healing is choosing softness over survival. You are allowed to take up space without earning it. You are allowed to be seen without performing strength. Remember this: your silence protected you once, but your voice will free you. The goal is not to be fixed, but to become whole. You do not need to disappear to be powerful. You need to be present.